How you doing, guys? Merry Christmas. Let me turn that down a little bit. Welcome to the stream, guys. Stream from Hawaii. Well, we're not actually in Hawaii, but we're virtually in Hawaii. An X-plane, which is cool, and we're in the Cirrus SR20, the vFlyteAir Cirrus SR20. One of my favorite planes, and this is a plane from Red Harley Boy, who designed this livery, which is a really cool livery. And you can actually get this livery on the org. I'll show you in a second where to get it. But I'm going to fly this today on a FSEconomy mission. I've been flying a lot of the B1900D lately, and I want to get back into the SR20, my favorite GA plane. So anyway, I thought it'd be kind of cool to do this, and you can see we're sitting here at Honolulu, PHNL, and in the GA area with a bunch of other Cessnas and Barons and other stuff. And let's see, we peer around here. There's the tower and a couple other buildings and stuff. Oh, there's a caravan, it looks like. There's the Devil's version, N95 NJD. I'm not sure if that's a, I guess that's a legal tail number, not sure, but we take kind of license with the liveries. Looks nice, man. Check it out. Really does look nice. It's got the Ken Danico card on the front there. I don't think that's his rookie card. He looks a little old, but one of my favorite players too, and little known that he's a poker player. Plays a lot online, actually. I don't know if he still does, but when I was playing online, he used to play. But in any event, I'm a Devils fan, along with a Yankee fan, so I really dig this livery. It looks cool. And if you look over here, it's got all the years that they won the Stanley Cup, 95, 2000, 2003. Obviously, 95 being the first year. But Red Harley Boy did a really nice job on this thing. Some great detail on it, and I love it. It looks really cool. I mean, that's what we're going to be flying today. And let's see here. One second, guys. Audi R8 Master. Audi R8 Master. I should get that. I love the Audi R8, man. It's an awesome car. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. Welcome. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to you. Whatever you celebrate. Thanks for tuning in. Gonna be doing a little GA flying today in the SR20 right there. Donovan, how you doing? Decided to do this stream because you were talking about the frame rates in the SR20. So wanted to, what I'm running here is I'm running X-Plane 11, let's see, 11.11R2, so the most current release. And you're the maker of Audi. The maker of Audi. So you make Audis. That's pretty cool. So I guess you own Audi. Anyway, so 11.11.R2, and this is FlyInside 1.9. There is a beta release of FlyInside 1.91. I haven't upgraded to that yet. But so let's just take a look at this plane here. Can I use these? I can't use that. So I have to kind of do this with the mouse. Got the Stanley Cup, and let me tell you, it's not easy putting those decals on the tail like that, because you usually have to do like angle cuts and stuff, and it's really tough to do. But I love the way he did the gray devils and the logos and stuff. It looks really cool. Anyway, we're gonna fly this guy today, and I think Red Harley Boy is actually in FSEconomy right now, flying my B1900D in LaGuardia area. So I'm not sure if he's going to see the stream, but he'll catch it later on YouTube. 1.9. Okay, so like here, it's here. Frame rate's here. Let's see, what am I getting here? Hold on. 31 outside the plane. And let's go inside the plane. And we're getting 28, which is 28, 29 inside the plane, which is fine. 27, 28. And I'm on the, I'll show you the settings here. I'm on the higher, I'm on 3840 by 2374 on FlyInside. So that's the higher rating. Okay. Or, sorry, higher resolution. And it seems to be running fine. Okay, I'll show you. I flew it a little bit before before I started streaming, and it seemed to be fine. So just want to lower my music a little bit here. All right, so but first, before we do that, we need to figure out a flight plan. So let me get to that. I'm going to show you Chrome here. Before we do that, let me show you the plane. So here, if you go on the org, okay, just go to aircraft skins and liveries, and just type in NJ Devils or Devils, and this will come up, and you can download this thing and fly your SR20 in the Devils mood. Got some nice pictures of it there. A nice plane. Did a nice job. Well, look at the bottom. I like the way he did the red on the bottom like that. And the red on the tail. Very good. Very good detail. There's a nice shot. But that looks like standard scenery. Nice. Anyway, pick this up on the org. Red Harley Boy. Thanks for sharing that, and we're going to fly this baby today. Yeah, I'm impressed with the design too. It's really nice. While we're at it, the VR Aviators group, check it out on Facebook. Just type in VR Aviators group, and if you're interested, join up. Just answer 3 simple questions, and we'll get you in the group. A lot of great people in there. A lot of great chat about VR aviation questions, things answered, etc., etc. So make sure you check that out. VR Aviators group. All right, let's see. Sorry about that. Okay, so hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. Just had to pop the chat out so I can see it. All right, we get back on the Chrome window. So here we are. We are in Hawaii. There's the Cirrus. Let's go to see what kind of deal we can do here. So we can go to PHOG. We've got 3 passenger capability. Let's see what we got here. Place we haven't gone before. Kona. Kona might be nice. 142. I don't think I've gone here before. So this will give us a route back to H&L and some other stuff too. So let's just check that out. So we're going PHNL. Let's clear this out. PHNL to PHI. Nah, no one's rented it yet. No one's rented it yet. That's okay. All right, well, that's a quick hop. One island hop. I think we could do that one. I don't normally go that way, but we're gonna, let's see, let's fly this around the, fly out this way here. All right. And then we're gonna come right in there like that. That should give us a good hop in. 98 miles. Cool. That's a cool, good plan there. All right, so let's, what did we say? Make sure I got that right. Yeah. So we're gonna take these three guys. So let's get those. Okay, those two are selected. And where's our SR20? Right, there is an SR22 here too. That's not rentable, so we're gonna rent that. And let's go to my flight. We got 14 gallons of gas. We're not going to need more than that, but I'm just going to refuel it because I'm a nice guy. And it might entice people to fly it. So we'll put 30 gallons. That's plenty to go that far. But just to double check. Let's see, calculating. And we're going, let's just say 100 miles. You only need 7 gallons, so we'll be fine. And that'll leave some gas in the tank for somebody else if they want to fly it back or whatever. All right, so that's good to go. So that's going to be our route. So let's go. I need to load this. Let's see. I'm going to show you how I do this. So I'm going to go here and we do flight plan. We download the Carbon FPL file. So that's downloading it to my computer. All right, and then what I'm going to do is show you my main desktop window over here. And if I bring up this guy, there's a little utility that translates the FPLs to FMS, so I'm just going to make that an FMS. And then all I have to do is, where is it? This guy, drop this into my FMS plans folder, place that, and then once I'm in the plane, I can load that into the GPS. So that's all set to go. So our flight plan's ready to go. What I do now, though, is go to here, enter it into the for flight. So we're going to be PHNL. We're going to go to HIKAG. And we're going to MORKE. Oops. And then we're going to PHLI. Beautiful. Now, when we come zoom out here, there's our flight plan. Beautiful. All right. Everything's in sync now. And what's nice on the ground is if you zoom in for flight, you can see that little blue dot is us. All right. So we're going to basically taxi to the left to Charlie to 04 right, and then we'll just use 04 right, and then we'll pick up our GPS. All right, so that's the taxi plan. Okay. Pretty simple. So let's I guess it's time to start this baby up. We got our FSEconomy is set up. We've got our 3 passengers ready to go. We've got, not gonna make a lot of money, but that's okay. It's a short trip. So let's get this baby started. Now there is a checklist in Donovan actually showed me the checklist thing. There's an SR20 checklist. I haven't really looked about this. I'm gonna do before starting the engine. pretty simple. Emergency equipment on board, passengers, and seat belts and harnesses. Okay, so we're gonna check. We'll say those are all complete, and then starting engines. Kind of know how to do this, so I really don't need a checklist for it. Done it so many times, I've got it. Even though you should use a checklist. Oh, Donovan, thanks for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Thanks a lot. Very supportive of the channel, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's great. It's awesome. Cool. All right, let's let me get this baby started, ready to go here. And I guess I can close that door. Actually, let me go outside here. I got to release the get rid of all the static items. Close the cargo door, and I can close the pilot door from inside. We'll leave that open while we're starting up. Alright, so just to give us some air in the beautiful Hawaii. I tell you, what I do love is that ever since 11.10, there's no more ground wobble. I know I said this before, but that makes a huge difference. That ground wobble was awful. Just awful. Alright, so let's get this rolling here. So batteries on. Okay. Mixture in. Throttle to about 25%. And we've got fuel pump on boost. I don't need the avionics on yet. And let's start her up. Clear prop. Okay, alternator's on. Now avionics can come on. Let's get our nav lights. Get our strobe. Don't need landing lights. I don't think I need pitot heat in Hawaii. I'm not going to be flying very high. Fuel pump boost is off now, and we're good to go. So let's get our flight plan loaded. So basically come in here, look for FMS plan, open FMS, and we should have our flight plan in there. I'd like to just double check this by selecting flight plan on the PFD. And there we go. There's our coordinates. We got everything right there in front of us. Beautiful. Let's get the inset up here. Okay, we can declutter that. Doesn't have the map, but it still gives us an indication. Back to there. We set our transponders to altitude. Not transponders, transponder. Okay, that's all good. We need to set CDI to GPS. That's all good. And flight plan is loaded. I think we're good to go. But let's just check the checklist. Pre-flight inspection, weight and balances, equipment, presence. Okay, that's all good. So next, external power is off, or well, we didn't need that. Brakes are on hold. Battery master, we do strobe lights. We did altitude and gyro flag. I'm not sure what the hell that is all about. Mixture, we got the full rich power level. We can pull that back to idle now. Repair area was cleared. Power level. We're going through this afterwards. Oil pressure check. Oil pressure is good. Vacuum system annunciator. I don't know where that is on this plane. All switches are on. Avionics are on. Engine parameters look good, and all that's just beautiful. Flaps will set as necessary. We don't need the radios, but we will check ATIS. We'll check ATIS. Cabin heat, we don't need that. We're in Hawaii. And fuel selector, we'll deal with that once we get FSEconomy loaded. All right, so let's check the ATIS. So the ATIS for Honolulu, which is where we are right now, is 127.9. SETCOM2 127.9. SETCOM2 127.9. Come on. SETCOM2 127.9. Plane command's not working. Let's see if I got it on. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not working. Maybe it's because of the music. SETCOM2 127.9.
COM2 set to 127.9er.
Yeah, it might have been because of the music. Alright, let's listen to the ATIS.
Honolulu INTL information Lima. 0 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 14, dew point -25. Altimeter 2992.
That's standard
Arriving
barometer.
runway 26 right, departing runway 26 right. Advise on initial contact you have Lima.
Set barometer 2992.
Altimeter 0929er.
No. Set altimeter 2992.
Altimeter 29er2. Honolulu INTL information Lima.
Okay, standard barometer.
0 Zulu weather.
Okay, so we're good to go there. Yeah, thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. Awesome. Thanks for the subscription. Cool. All right, so let's get in the air now. So we've got everything set to go. We got our flight plan in. We got GPS is on and armed. Let's set our elevator trim. That's good. We'll put the flaps on before we take off. Let's close the door. I love this plane. I really do. Let's check our frame rates. 23, 24. That lowered a bit once we turned the prop on and turned everything on the plane. So it was about 28 before. So we'll see what it is when we take off. Oh, look at that. For some reason, my registration isn't right inside here. I'm going to have to fix that. I don't know why that is. It's weird. So I had 328 Tango Delta on there before. Oh, I know why. This is, duh. It's not my plane. I'm used to flying the Bambino plane. We're flying the Devil's plane. So that's what we're doing. Anyway. All right, so let's get to our runway. Actually, let's load up FSEconomy, because that's important so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I have to turn on the X-plane window because otherwise you can't see it. So let's go to X-plane FSEconomy. Log in. Start flight. Boom. Got our assignment. And we're good to go. And we are en route. And Colin just rented my, or I should say Red Harley Boy just rented my plane, and I made $2 grand. Not bad. That's the one in LaGuardia. So anyway. Yeah, standards are 2992. Yeah, I just wanted to see if the plane command thing worked. All right, cool. So let's taxi. Guess we could taxi right in front there. Assume we have clearance to taxi, and here we go. All right, we're getting 21, 22, 23, 21 as we're taxiing past all these planes, so that seems to be encouraging. And again, I'm running on the higher resolution in FlyInside, so. Oops. I don't know why. There we go. I was wondering why these commands weren't working. Just want to give you a look at the Devil's livery. I think it looks pretty damn cool. All right, cool. Here we go. It's going to be a quick one today because I got stuff to do for Christmas. Got to wrap presents and all kinds of other stuff. So. But I did want to fly the SR20 because I was, Donovan, because you had that question about the frame rate, so I was curious to see how it operated on my machine, so you could get a comparative. The visuals are so much better when you have
approaching runway 04 right.
All right, we're going to assume we have clearance here. Get our flaps to the first notch. And here we go. Those flaps up. Flying that runway heading. (22, 23) still sustaining. Now remember, this is ortho, and I think you're using ortho too, Donovan. So, all right, now we'll make our left bank here. Still holding 23, 22. Just gonna well, actually, let's get the autopilot going here. So autopilot, nav. Get on our nav here. Hopefully we'll pick that up okay. Looking good. Get her up to 11. Get 1200. We don't need to fly too high, but I just want to make sure it's going to work here. Yeah, the Autopilot's a little bit touchy on this. You have to kind of. I mean, it works, but you know you've got to play with it. Okay, let's switch our tanks to the right tank. We're going to bring back the mixture a little bit. See if we can reduce that fuel flow. That's good. See what you guys have to say. Using Ortho much better than your setup. I would be down 4 to 5 points trying to disable scenery and start trying. Gotcha. So I'm running. I think I have. Let me just look here. I'll tell you in a second here. I have new world. I have number of world objects on low, so that might be a thing. Anti-aliasing is 4x SSA plus FXAA, and reflection detail is at minimal, so that might be something. I would try lowering real world objects. That might be an issue for you. I would give that a shot. See if that has something to do with it. Yeah, the New Jersey Devils. They look cool. Red Harley boy, nice work, man. Nice work. I love how he does the red on top, black on bottom, and the fuselage like that. He did a nice job of separating that, and that's no easy task. Like down here in the front, right there, like where the cowling meets the light there. That's a tough area to get right when you're doing this livery. As one who's worked on it before, it's got a lot of nice detail on it. The red at the tip of the wing, the red at the bottom, like that. Nice job. The white there looks good. Love how he does the black and red on the wheel covers. So yeah, if you're a Devils fan or you just like nice liveries, you can pick this up on X-Plane Org. Very cool. Nice work. Check your frame rates there. 24, 23. To me, that's acceptable. I know some would say, oh, it's only 23 frames per second. In VR, that's acceptable. As long as you're getting 90 plus, I'm getting 94, 95 in the headset. Now, if I was flying the B1900D, no way. I mean, well, maybe not. Well, not in this. Not in the higher fly inside resolution. I wouldn't get that. There's no way. We're going to take a little trip out in the ocean here. Check FlyInsideXP. That looks good. Everything looks good. We got a nice ocean crossing here. Yeah, I would try lowering real-world objects. That's usually the culprit. You do that, you get frames back. You know, you have to live with not having a lot of cars and a lot of scenery sometimes in VR. Just, you know, I'd rather do that and have smooth frame rates than, you know, have all that, the luxury of the cars driving around and stuff. Every once in a while, you'll get like an aircraft carrier or some sort of ship sailing along in the ocean, which is kind of cool. I love that it's like at random, although I probably won't get it now because I have it on such a lower setting. Just make out the island in the distance there to 12 o'clock. Let's just check everything here. Engine parameters looking good. I don't think I can do any better on the EGT here. I'm not that high up, so. And I want to have the power, so I'd rather do that. Here we go. We'll go with 10. So that that's actually right where I want to be, I think. Yeah, I got to tell you, I mean, I do like the Laminar G1000. I think they did a nice job, but I like the display on this better. vFlyteAir did a nice job with the display right here on the MFD. Let me see if I can move that closer. So you can see, you know, all the engine parameters, the way they have the graphs are. They're very legible in VR. They look really cool. I don't know, I just think they did a good job. And also in the top portion there, you get more you're getting more information about your flight plan than you do on the Laminar G1000. So vFlyteAir has some things that are a little bit better here. The elevator trim, you don't have that on the G1000 and Laminar. Although I do like the input, the way that the G1000 and the Laminar, the input is, I guess, easier than this, because this one, when you're in VR, you can't just bring it up as like a 2D image and flip up the headset and manipulate it. You got to do it here, and I've still yet to master how to use the you know, to really become a master. I guess I could do it down here too, but to become a master at doing that, I guess over time that'll get better. But in any event, there's some stark differences between the two, but you know, I like them both, and I don't have a problem with the vFlyteAir just staying with their own. I think it's fine. It's functional, it works, the autopilot works, the information is clear to understand, so I'm good with them keeping it the way it is. Right, peak EGT, but you want to balance that against the RPMs, right? Yeah, right. So it's, yeah, I'm very happy with vFlyteAir. I think, in fact, I was looking at some of their other planes. I was thinking about buying another plane from them. I think they do a nice job. You know, I mean, they don't have an hour meter on this anywhere, but I know I've flown this plane at least 50 hours. At least 50 hours. I think the B1900D, I'm like in the 60s, maybe in the 70s now, flying that plane. Although I still cannot nail down a proper startup procedure to get the avionics working properly. I have problems with syncing up the compass, the gyro and the compass. Now, Cabby, who was on stream last night, gave me a hint on how to do that. I'm gonna try it sometime over the next couple of days, but I've got to get a cold and dark procedure nailed down for the B1900D. Because every time I try to start up myself, the avionics, the GPS just doesn't work properly. And, you know, I've looked at a number of different videos. I've looked at the Carenado documentation, and I've tried it in a number of different ways, and for the life of me, I cannot get it to work. Now, Cabby was also saying that he's had some issues with it since 11.10 of X-Plane, so maybe there's a mismatch or some issue, compatibility issue with the B1900D that Carenado has to fix. I don't know. But in any way, if I start that plane up, if I load that plane up with engines running, everything works fine. So I figure it's maybe something that I'm doing as far as, you know, in the startup procedure. But I got to get that right. I do fly that plane a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, especially now since someone else has said that they've had the same issue. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, island's getting bigger in the windscreen here, so. I tell you, well, I should say, Aeroflot. I was going to say that this vFlyteAir plane is the best performing third-party plane I think I own, and I think that's true. Some of the Aerosphere planes are pretty good. Like the Seminole performs really well as far as frame rate. Much better than the Carinado planes. The Carinado planes they're just dull. Even, you know, I love them. I love the B1900D, but it's just in VR, it's a dog in frame rate as far as frame rates go. And it's so inconsistent. Like sometimes I'll be flying in an area, in the same area, and I'll get like 23 frames per second, and then the next day I'll fly in that exact same area and I haven't changed anything and I'm getting 14. And I just don't understand why. Doesn't make any sense. Alright, we got 19 minutes to go here. Plane clips along pretty well. 159 knots. That's a pretty nice clip, you know. If at a higher altitude you fly, the better economy. Right, you should fly as high as possible. Yeah, totally agree. I totally agree. I just wanted to fly low here because I want to have better visuals once we get to the island here. But yeah, I mean, in real life, you would not fly at 1,200 feet here. You know, you'd probably be about 4,000 or 5,000 feet to get better economy. I totally agree. But I'm fine with burning 10 gallons per hour. So it's fake fuel anyway, so the way I look at it is fuel is cheap in FSEconomy. I'd rather fly there fast, get there faster, and get there safe. Have enough and move fast. Check our frame rates. 25, 24. That's because we're over open water, and you'd think it'd be more, but remember, I'm using the higher settings in FlyInside. And again, just so you can see my just step back here so you could take a look at that, so you could see where visual effects high, texture quality max, no reflection, and number of world objects is low. That's how I have things set. Because a lot of people ask, oh, what are your settings? You know, it's like anything else. You change them based on the plane, right? So if I'm flying a Cessna 172, a stock plane, or I'm flying this plane in FlyInside, an X plane, I have the FlyInside graphic settings maxed out because it does give you better visuals. Not maxed out, but at their highest recommended setting. If I'm flying the B1900D, I got to knock it down one peg because otherwise I'll be getting 10 frames per second. Because that plane, you know, just uses up a lot more resource. Yeah, I would definitely check those settings. You know, I would love to have it running on everything on maximum. That's what kind of makes me curious about things because, or let me just run this by you. So, the first, well, not the first. Before I got into X-Plane, I flew in VR a lot in Aerofly, FS2. And, you know, yes, it's got its shortcomings because it doesn't have real-world nav and all that stuff, and that's fine. FS2, that is. But I will tell you that you can run that thing at, like, ultra settings in VR. At least I can with my rig. And you get no stuttering. I mean, you have to reduce the reflections a little bit, but you get no stuttering. You can't do that with X-Plane. And FlyInside. You just can't do that. You can't run everything on maximum. It just, so there's, you know, I think, you know, yes, it's a kludge. It's, you know, it's a kludge is not the right word. FlyInside is a reprojection. It's an add-on. It's a, you know, if you want to say it's a hack, it is a hack. Okay, it's a practical hack, but it is a hack. But you just can't get, that's why you cannot get the same visuals in X-Plane 11 and VR that you see in FS2. I mean, FS2, I should say Aerofly FS2, because that has that inherent VR. You can get those higher visibilities. I mean, in that plane, in that simulator, I could be sitting back this far, and everything looks absolutely crystal clear on the instrument panel. In this plane, it looks a little fuzzy. And that's because you just cannot run at maximum rates, you know. I mean, this plane, I'm running pretty close to maximum rates. But if I get in the B1900D, or if I get in a, even sometimes the Cessna with the G1000, Laminar's G1000 Cessna, that kind of seems to dog frames a little bit. So, I know, but the point is, you're constantly tweaking things for the right plane. I have actually kind of keep notes, mental notes on. I know with this plane I can up things here and up things there. I know when I fly the B1900D, I've got to configure things this way. So, yeah, you kind of have to. It'd be cool if there was a little plug-in or an app that would just knows which plane you're flying and would configure everything for you. It'd be kind of cool. Yeah, some of the guys on the YouTube channel were asking for a SR20 adventure, and yeah, I missed it too. You know, I flew the B1900D yesterday and the day before, like 2,000 miles to get it from British Columbia to LaGuardia. So, kind of a little burnt out on that plane. It's nice to be back in this guy. And it's such an easy flyer. I don't know if you follow, there's a real-world pilot that has a YouTube channel. His name is Stevo. Stevo Pilot, I think, or let me see what it's called. Hold on, let me look at it, give you the right name. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to have config profiles? Let me just see. I want to find this dude's name. Stevo Knievo, exactly, Stevo Knievo. In fact, where's Stevo Knievo's video? I might just play a little bit for you. It was really cool.
What do you think we should do?
Let's take the Cirrus to the Bahamas and go sailing.
Now that sounds like a plan.
You haven't seen this video yet. It's pretty cool, man. What a beautiful plane. Check that plane out. That is such a beautiful plane. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if we gotta watch this music because it might be copyrighted. Look at that plane, it's a carbon. That's the current version of the SR22. My God. They fly this from Florida to the Bahamas. It's got the latest instrumentation on it, avionics on it.
That's nice.
and it's for his first time flying this plane.
Advise on initial contact. Give ATIS information, Mike.
All right, we have information, Mike.
See if we can get some takeoff here.
A quick flash of the lights, flying.
November. Advise my frequency running space.
And then we're gonna go.
Usually fly it for about
9er 8.
10.
Tower captain.
horizon.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay. Takeoff power is set. Rotate
8.
around 77.
Yeah, I like Nico Wings
Yeah.
too. I watch him too.
Oh, that is a different sensation with the side stick.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
It's his first time ever
So
flying.
you can pretty much put your cowling on the horizon.
Okay.
Right there.
6 Papa November, flight heading 090.
Let's watch his landing.
There's a bird. You never want to go underneath the birds.
Right.
They
They like
get
to dive.
scared, they dive. Just gotta grease in the landing. No pressure, right? Just the whole world's watching.
That's right.
All right, let's see, I got 39 on the percent on the power.
Start pulling your power
Pull
back.
that back.
At this point, you just start to flare,
There you go. All the way out.
and then just let the
Just hold
throttle
it on.
down.
There's that squeeze.
Oh, wow.
Like butter.
This thing lands really nice. That was my first time ever landing this plane.
I can barely feel it back here, Steve.
Yeah, well, thanks for flying Steve-O Airways.
How did it land?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, man. A lot of fun to fly that, even in real life. And actually, there was I remember I was chatting with someone on VR Aviators group, and he had flown an SR20, and he said that the vFlyteAir's SR20 is really close to the real thing in his mind. Yeah, basically it lands itself. I mean, what a great design, you know? What a great design. But yeah, so that's cool. I was happy to see him flying an SR. It's 22 versus a 20, but still pretty cool watching that. Let's get inside here and see what we're doing here. All right, there's our island, baby. Now you see those white little caps. That's because when you do ortho, and I have all 18 zoom level in ortho in Hawaii. Unfortunately, when the satellites take the pictures, especially in Hawaii, there's lots of clouds, so you get that cloud cover, and it gets masked to the mountains, which makes it look like you have snow in Hawaii, which isn't the case, of course. All right, let's get on that left tank here. Everything, all the systems looking good. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Steve-O Knievo's channel, I get a lot of enjoyment about watching him. He's such a chill pilot, and he's got a chill way of talking about it too, so it's kind of cool. Mr. Aviation 101 is another great one. I like watching him too. That kid he's very informative, very chill, and it's educational, a fun educational watch when you're watching his stuff. So he's a good one to check out. Oh, there's a ship right there. Looks like an aircraft carrier coming into the port. Yeah, Nico Wings too. Nico Wings is good because he goes from scratch. He always gives you like startup procedures and, you know, checklists and all that stuff, and he tries to describe you know, fundamentals of what he's doing, you know, while he's flying. He's good. It's good to watch. Actually, I think the first time I ever saw an SR22 was probably watching his channel. I think. That's when I kind of fell in love with the plane. I was like, wow, that's a cool plane. Just the way the instrument panel's set up and the lines of the plane and stuff. I mean, it looks so cool. The modern day aviation. And as I said before, if I ever come to the point where I can get a pilot's license and I can buy a plane, this is probably the plane I would want to buy. Just look at the view you have, the way the windows are set up, you know? Just great view. There's that ship back there.
Destination ATIS is 127.2.
Yeah, it sounds good. That sounds good, Donovan. All right, so let's see. We're going to... Let me just check my airport here. Love how it gives you that airport diagram like that. Pretty nice. So we're going to be landing on 3-5. Get our passengers to the FBO so they can meet up with their families or whatever. Yeah, I guess there's probably a way to get rid of that those clouds, but I just don't have the patience for it, to tell you the truth. That's the thing with X-Plane 11, there's like so much to do. Like I did, I'm up to 335 Ortho 4XP tiles at this point. It's like 2.6 terabytes worth of ortho. It's a lot. Basically have most of the East Coast, not quite yet to the Mississippi, but pretty close, getting pretty close. All right, what we got here, let's go through our checklist, our landing procedures. Descent, we'll do that by hand. Cabin's good. Landing lights, we don't really... Well, I'll put the landing lights on. Fuel system is good. Mixture we'll have all the way in, and brake pressure, we'll check that. Before landing, we'll have our seatbelt fastened with a fuel pump to boost. Mixture full rich, flaps as required, and autopilot will be off. We don't have to worry about a balk landing, and we should be good to go. But do always forget to put the turn the fuel pump to boost. But I want to be on that left tank, which I am on, so. Wouldn't it be nice to be in Hawaii? Oof. I have a friend who's in Costa Rica for the holidays with his family. That's kind of nice. I've been there. It's a wonderful place. A little shady here and there, but it's a nice place to visit. think I see my airport over there. We're gonna make our turn here. And I could cut the corner here, but we'll just let the GPS do its thing. Maybe what we'll do is after I'll drop the passengers off, we'll just do a little scenic flight around Hawaii, around this island a little bit. Which island is this, by the way? This is Kauai? Okay, it's Kauai. Cool. Yeah, Costa Rica would be a cool place to have ortho. Hadn't thought about that. I might do that too. All right, let's see. There we go. There's our airport. You got to have that zoom function in VR. You really have to. All right, so we got let's see. We got 9 miles. Sorry. So we'll drop these people off and then we'll take off and do a little bit of a scenic flight. Just to check out Kauai a little bit. I wish Red Harley Boy was here to see his livery in action. But again, he'll probably catch it on the YouTube stream. The New Jersey Devils. What I love is how when you look in here, you can see the PFD and the MFD through the window, and it is accurate. That is so cool. What a cool little detail, you know? All right, we're right on line here, so we're good. 7 miles, time to hand fly. Start to back up our, let's get the mixture all the way in. Go through our gump. So gas is good. We're on the left tank, which is the fullest. Undercarriage is welded. Mixture is in and prop. We don't have to worry about. Just gonna bring back the speed a little bit here. Start to slow the plane down. A lot, actually. Looking for 119 to hit the first notch of flaps. Get nose up to reduce the speed. All right, let's get those flaps in. Ready for arrival, guys. It's cool. Second notch of flaps. We're at full flaps. Gotta watch the speed there. 77, 78. Want to keep it around a little above. I like to keep it above 80. It's manageable, but not too fast. 2 orange, 2 white, which is perfect. Golf course there right to the airport, next to the airport at Kauai. Got to bring that throttle back a little bit. Just kind of aiming for the black area there. And we'll flare it out once we get over the threshold. Just let her come down. Throttle down, flare it out. That wasn't the greatest, but it's not bad. Alright, we're home. Flaps up. Is there a taxiway there? Does it look good? Oh, I guess I gotta go up here. Now with FSEconomy, you got to shut the plane down to end the flight. So we'll just go park it over here for a second, and then we'll get back on the runway and we'll take off the other way. Let's do that. Clear the active. I'll just take like a, after this, we'll just take like a 10-minute scenic cruise around Kauai. Just want to see what the ortho looks like, because I haven't been here yet. Alright, good a place as any. Parking brake set.
Parking brakes set.
Alright, let's end the flight here. Yay! Red Harley boy! It is a nice livery. Thanks for joining, man. I thought you might get the word. Alright. Uh-oh. Oh, I had to turn the plane off. I always forget to turn the plane off. There we go. Finish flight. Okay, boom. We picked up our money. Not much. Actually, did I lose money? No, I made a little bit of money. Okay. 1,200 bucks. Not great. That's okay. But yeah, Red Harley, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. It is an awesome livery. It really is. We're gonna fly it here again. Let me just get this plane started up again. Clear prop.
Approaching runway 17. Entered runway 17, 6,400 feet remaining.
Flaps to the first notch. Let's get out of here quick, guys, because I only have like about 10 minutes, so. Looking for 85 and flaps up. I'm just gonna veer off here. I think Kauai is considered the island paradise of Hawaii. Hold on one second, guys. Alright guys, I'm going to have to cut this short because I've got to go do some stuff for the holidays, so I think we'll do this tour another time. Maybe that'll be the next stream, but look at that down there, man. The Ortho came out really, really nice. That little harbor down there, it looks pretty awesome. When you have that higher, and look at those cliffs over there, when you have that higher resolution and fly inside, it really does make a difference as you start to get up in the altitude. It looks pretty damn cool. I highly recommend it. This is all 18 zoom level. I mean, very realistic. Very realistic. There's my airport over there. Alright, let me bring this in here, guys. I'm going to do a quick landing.
Sync rate.
Sync rate. Sync rate. I know, sync rate.
500.
I gotta slow it down and lander. Okay. Get the plane straightened out, then I'll put my flaps on, and then we should be good to go. Let's hit the flaps now. Alright, we'll get this guy home. Unorthodox, I know, but I gotta get going, so let me get this plane. But I want to land the plane. Beautiful, coming in from this high. Well, Red Harley Boy, nice job on the livery. I'm sure I'll be flying it again. Looking forward to see what you do next time. Kind of steep here, but I think I should be able to nail it. Let's pull it out right now. Throttling down, we're going to just let it float. Flare it up, and throttle all the way down to idle. Let the plane land. There you go. Alright guys, listen, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for checking out the stream, and if I don't stream again, Merry Christmas to everyone. And I appreciate the subscriptions and all the support. And have a great, great holiday, and take care, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.